Welcome to a new edition of Your Image, a public relations program on TV. Today, we'll be continuing on our topic, which has a focus on skill development for the young ones, particularly undergraduates and entrepreneur-spirited people in the society. We are discussing on the topic CWES and skill acquisition, the impact on public relations practice. How are CWES giving the opportunity to undergraduates to grow their talent, to begin to merge their theoretical work in institutions of learning and the place of work, that is in the industries? How have they been able to apply the theories learned, and how has the practical experience, exposure to technology, exposure to administrative acumen, exposure to the way the process should be carried out in ensuring development, either within their own personal self, within the industry that they are serving, and then growing the nation. Today we are having our guest once again. They've been with me since last week, and I have Ayobamidele Onide, a consultant educationist.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. I also have on my immediate right, Fumi Ruby Oseni, an entrepreneur, a mobile barber.
Thank you, sir.
Did you hear that?
I'm so grateful.
A creative and ingenious lady who has been growing his interest in beautifying people, and that has taken her to several homes, despite the open challenge that I thank God you have a good reason to continue to do this job, and God will continue to provide, to protect you.
Amen.
So you're welcome this week.
Thank you, sir.
And I also have a current attaché on CWES to a public relations company in Abeokuta here, Dimeji Agboke. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this week we're going to look at the challenges of CWES, how students are coping, and how industries are coping, and then how the nation, particularly government, has been able to sustain this program. Has it been sustained to your interest? What have you observed? We would like to know. So, asking you, what are the challenges of CWES? What are the challenges students are encountering?
Yes.
Let me start with you, with the students.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the privilege. And basically, we have a lot of challenges, but we mentioned some few. We have lack of proper supervision. You know, students are they're let me say mobility. If you don't mobilize them, they won't move. They won't work.
Does it have to do with finance?
No, supervision I'm saying in terms of a lecturer appointed from school to check on the students, probably month by month, doing the CWES program.
You mean there is no monitoring?
Yes,
proper monitoring?
No proper monitoring for the students.
Or students?
Even lack of orientation too.
Okay.
Some schools don't prepare orientation for these students.
Okay.
You just see them.
Okay, you mean assembling them, educating them,
exactly,
and saying these are the...
Before the CWES or the IT starts.
Okay.
Before they get allocations to different organizations, you have to orientate them, let them know what CWES is all about, what they need to do and what they don't need, what they shouldn't do. Because CWES, most students gain big opportunity from their CWES program because their employers at that particular time already see the effort they are putting in and the advantage they can be to the organization, amongst others, sir.
So, yeah, you have been talking about improper or inadequate monitoring of students.
Yes, sir.
At the workplaces.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good. That's very nice. And I hope our people are listening to that fact. It's evident that these students are just allowed to wander and they are not properly monitored. Yeah.
Sorry to cut in. And the students also have their own challenges too. Some students don't enter into the CWES logbook properly. Okay. They don't know the format to click in to access what should be entered as details in the CWES logbook. Some might not even know. It has to take a brief sentence, but it has to be one with a lot of sense attached to it. Let me use that word.
So which means you have to be analytical.
Yes,
on
very
what
analytical.
You have done at a particular point in time.
A particular day, and you shouldn't save up. You shouldn't save up this. You shouldn't shouldn't start saying you fill up this week or next week. Do it immediately.
It has to be on weekly basis.
It has to be on a daily basis. You do it Monday on, you do Tuesday, Wednesday to Friday. If you are going to work on Saturday, even Saturday column are created. You do the logbook every day and make sure your supervisor signs.
Thank you very much,
yes,
Dimeji. Fumi.
Yes, sir.
Looking at the industries, have they been encouraging? Have they been responding to students' requests to be an attaché?
Not, I would say not all industries. Some don't even want them.
Why?
Some felt they don't have enough experience, that they just come to disturb them.
Okay.
But some wish to, some want them as a way of giving them privilege to learn further.
That's good.
Yeah. I will also say that, to add to what he has said,
okay,
I will also say that the school should appoint them or let them go to close by
places.
Yes. To avoid monetary or financial problem, like I don't have the TIF here, it's too far, I don't want to go there, or something like that.
Okay, that's nice. We are not saying that students should be given a place that is closer to them, exactly, so that the financial burden can be reduced.
Yes.
Well, that's a good one.
Not the choice of the student. No, some student wanted a place maybe kind of far. That's the choice of the student.
But have you realized that with your knowledge that you have acquired,
yeah,
and the kind of experience you needed,
yeah,
they may not be available within that immediate environment, and you have to go far to get a place to do that practical experience. So
it takes a sacrifice, though. It takes,
okay, good. That's the area I wanted to mention.
It takes sacrifice to.
Dele.
Yes, sir.
We have talked about the students' angle. We have talked about the industries. Government is your area we want you to look into. Are you satisfied with government is doing as far as CWES is concerned?
Thank you, sir. Well, we should thank the government for even introducing CWES.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
They've tried, but what I was just say as a challenges, or as a challenge, is the issue of incentives.
Okay.
So I believe, as she has mentioned, that there are some students that are being posted to far places. So I believe giving them incentives would motivate them going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will be as a source of motivation. That is, when they can have the money for transportation, when they can have money to buy one or two things. So it will go a long way.
Yeah, that's not a big task that companies and even government must endeavor to input into their budget, so that there can be that motivation for students to be fully involved, to be fully encouraged to do the work experience practically and be more gainful. I'm still talking about government responsibility on CWES. I know that there's an organization that is responsible for this kind of work. That is the Industrial Training Fund.
ITF.
How do you see them performing? Are they doing the work as expected?
That I can't 100% say. But there are some schools now that even they mandate their students to pay for CWES. That is, when you look at the school fields, you see CWES.
Okay, that is included in the tuition
in the tuition fee.
And it shouldn't be like that.
And it shouldn't be like that. And so far it is included now. I believe even the school now needs to pay, if it's been included now, to pay to the particular students, which is not used to be. So now the government can say that, okay, we have budgeted for so amount or sum of money. So the government might have given the school that amount of money. We don't know. The school might have not have collected that money. We don't know. But I believe for government to have
established that kind of program,
that type of program,
provisions should have been made.
Provisions should have been made
so that it can facilitate easy learning, improved acquisition of knowledge to the students, which will grow the nation,
yes,
the industry where they are serving.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm still concerned, and my area of concern is that I want to place Nigeria side by side other countries now.
Okay.
I don't know if you have that international exposure, or if you have had somebody relating his or her experience as to how it is being done overseas. Does any one of you?
I do.
Okay, can you relate that?
Okay. In a developed country standard,
okay,
IT it's continuous. It can.
What do you mean by it's continuous?
I mean it's continuous in the sense that it can interchange and it can interface. It might not be
so
per se.
How do they interface? What do you mean by interface?
It might not be per se that this person is an higher institution,
okay,
then he needs to go for IT. You could be a retired person.
Okay.
That's in a developed country. You could be a retired personnel, public government, any private, and some companies or some firms you call for IT. And at 60, you are doing IT. But
is it IT or volunteers?
IT, I mean IT, like CWES, industrial training, of which you get paid for. But here, we only hear of CWES or IT doing the institution period.
So, well, I believe that you'll have to prove that. But I was thinking that that kind of experience has to do with people sharing their experience, their knowledge that they have earned over the years. I know there is an opportunity for retirees. I've had one because when I retired from where I was working before, I was engaged for another 2 times of 4 years, where I now use my knowledge, the acquired knowledge and experience that I've had previously, to now grow that organization. It happens. And like you said, it must be a continuous experience. And it must permeate throughout all ladders, whether as students, whether as graduates, whether as
just like the belief revolution,
just the way
from Homo sapien, just keep going.
Thank you very much for that contribution.
Yes, sir.
For me, I'm still concerned about technology. Are we growing technologically?
Personally, I can say we are.
What do you mean?
Personally, the way when it comes to using of technology.
Okay.
Personally, I'm saying from my own personal experience, like we're growing, but in the society, we're not growing.
How do you balance that? You are growing, and in the society,
I'm talking about the system of the country.
Okay.
Technologically,
compared with
personality, like the use of cell phone.
Okay.
When a young person uses cell phone these days, it's like, wow. How come? How did you learn this? But the system itself, when it comes to technology, we're lacking a lot behind.
I still didn't get that, because I believe the technology is universal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Publishing means individually and generally.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's situate it to this barbing and your entrepreneurship experience.
Okay.
Are there equipments that in the other climes, people of your creative ability are exposed to, which you are not exposed to?
Yeah.
Like,
There's some rechargeable clippers that I always wish to have.
Okay.
Like I wish I can use, I can see this in this country, but I do not have access to it. The one we have is not as active as the one they use over there.
okay, if you say that.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are new trends of clippers now that
Before
are
they,
rechargeable.
before you can get the original, the real one, it's you have to spend a lot.
What effect does it have? What's the difference?
The working, like if we use original clipper now, then the blending, man, you know, it's totally different from instead of spending an hour, using the normal.
Can fast track your activity.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. You are on Your Image, the public relations program on television. We are glad to connect with the youths, and I love the way they are expressing themselves, and the way they are doing the reportage of their challenges that they have had to grapple with in life. And now they are also overcoming those challenges. Well, give the youth the opportunity. They will grow the nation. They will grow themselves, and the economy will be great. Dele.
Yes, sir.
What do you see? How do you visualize the future for youth like you?
Yeah, let me say, the future is bright. That's for sure. Like you have discussed the other time, we are improving technologically. If you look at like we said, that CWES is just meant to increase our knowledge about skills. Now, for example,
to integrate,
yes. So, for example, a student that went to school to study engineer, for example, engineering. There's some sophisticated equipment or gadget that he has never seen. Even some lecturers might have not have seen or come across. So now going outside for the CWES, it will really enable him to see more of that gadget, and not only seeing it, to be able to use it well. So look at, for example, look at Japan, for example. If you look at them, see that most of them who comes here, 17, 18 years of age, the way they handle this instrument, this gadget, you will be amazed. Now look at this young boy.
The dexterity, dexterity.
Sure. Okay. So you will be amazed. Look at how this young guy handles the instrument. So I believe that we are moving there. Yeah. God's grace.
I believe so too, because I'm amazed with the way, the dexterity which some of the young ones display and handle some equipment. Yeah. Thank you very much for that contribution. Dimeji.
Sir.
In your own opinion,
okay, sir,
how can we grow this CWES to better the youths?
Okay, thank God today Nigeria is a developing country. We are moving. It means we are moving. We are not stagnant to be referred to as a developing country. So basically, if CWES will have to help or be developed or help the youth, we have to look for some certain challenges first, pick them one by one, and try and resolve these issues. Issues of orientation.
Be research oriented, looking to new ways of doing things.
Supervision. Okay, I'm a student schooling in Lagos, coming from Abuja, and definitely if I'm going on CWES, I'll be going back to Abuja. Definitely my CWES supervisor, who will be coming from school, will be coming from Lagos to Abuja. Is there any fund or any tips for these people? You don't expect me to be on a bus or be on a plane to Abuja for supervision if there won't be any little fee to push me for this job. I won't go. So they should make proper provision and follow up with the challenges, look into the challenges for them.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
That's the responsibility is threefold.
Yeah.
Talking about students too, preparing for the work experience, that is making sacrifices, and if possible, make a little savings towards that, so that you can have a favorable experience while you are having that Siwes experience.
Yes, sir.
And it also calls on the industries getting themselves prepared. The platform is a platform to open up space for people to practicalize those theory and to apply theory into those works in the industry, and to be able to be more creative so that the industry can grow and they can have more qualified personnel to handle their work. Well, for me,
Sir?
what do you think can encourage the youth in being committed? Because I see that a lot of youths are not seriously committed. They look onto they look onto people to spoon feed them. Whereas if they direct their energy towards being creative, that is generating new things that will make people to really help them. How do you think they need to do to encourage people to buy into them and open up the space for them?
What they need to do, depending on what that particular person is good at. If you're good at writing, write well. Like, think
That
the
is,
intellectual.
they must first of all identify who
yeah,
they
who
are.
they have first.
Sport talent.
Exactly. Do that thing you're good at. Do it well, and take it to someone that is more better than you in that
Okay.
aspect.
Get more tutelage,
Exactly.
get more knowledge, get more advice, get more. You know,
You
we
can't just go to. You can't just stand. I mean, you can't just. If you don't have idea of something, you don't do it. If you're not, if you don't have feelings or passion for barbing, you don't just stand up to go to barbing salon and say you want to learn how to
Sure.
barb.
Okay.
It is what you have passion,
Something they have passion for.
determination for. You can say you want to.
And
move
when you have a
forward.
passion, you'll be able to.
That the rest is minor.
Oh,
No
great.
matter what people say.
Great. I have a good understanding of what you have just said, that when you have a passion for something, you dare whatever challenge
It
that
is.
comes around.
That's
And
it.
that's a good one for you. And that's what is taking you on.
Can I make an example? of
Okay,
something?
please,
Because I
go
remember
straight.
that when I was learning how to barb, yeah? So many people discourage me, like, it's a men's job. Why would you want to be a barber? Why do you want to do this? Why don't you go for hairdressing or tailoring or something like that? But it's what I wanted. It's what I want to do. So no matter what they say, I say to myself that, no, I must get this done.
So you brace the odds.
Yeah, I did it. And now most of them apologize for getting me wrong then.
Looking forward, how do we advise our young ones?
To my viewers, to my student there, let me say the first thing that you must know SWOT analysis, your strength, area of strength. There are some areas you are good at. You must increase in those areas. Now, for example, I studied accounting and education. I had my CWES in the microfinance bank, but I decided to diversify into education because I know my area of strength. I know that I can perform well. I know I can gather children. I can impact. So, as students, you should be able to identify your area of strength. That's that. Then you must be able to analyze your area of weakness too. If you can identify your area of weakness, you'll be able to work more on it. So I believe that.
Identify your area of weakness and work more on future benefits that are derivable.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for coming on this program. Dimeji
pleasure, sir.
Agboke, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Please be more committed to your Suez work.
Definitely, sir. Thank you, sir.
My lady entrepreneur,
Yes, sir.
the future is open up to you. The future is bright.
Yes, sir.
Please continue with the challenge. God is going to open this space for you.
Amen. Thank you
And
so much.
Dele Oniide, I believe that we've had a good support in the way you have collaborated and enumerated on the opportunities that are open to the young ones. This is where we're going to end this program this week. We'll come next week with another program, another topic, and I hope you'll be glad with us. Connect with us on YouTube, PR Primus on YouTube, on Facebook, on the Instagram, and the like. Please, this space is open up for advertisement. You can sponsor this program. We will help in further opening up to your services, your organization, and even connecting you to the world. Thank you so much. Until next week, bye.